everyone. Welcome back to another episode. I am Donna. This is my husband, Brian. A couple months back, we decided to do a podcast on men's mental health awareness. We started this because of Brian's condition. He suffers from panic disorder, anxiety, and depression. We wanted to try to give a space that people feel safe to talk about it, break the stigma. We started with his story, going from childhood to present day, how he handles things, doesn't handle things, what his life looks like.
All fucked up.
We don't give any medical advice. It's just our opinion, how he does things. This is not geared towards children. So if your child does want to watch it, we do kind of suggest that you watch it with them. There is a lot of adult content. His language becomes a little colorful, as you could just heard. If you're easily offended, this show is probably not best for you to watch.
And as you see, we don't get ready beforehand.
And I do. He doesn't. He's over here fiddling. Anyway, today's episode is going to be a little different. Past episodes, we talked about different movies. And one of the things that we do, we like spending time with each other. I know. Odd, right? What married couple would like spending time with each other? And we don't do a... we don't do a lot. We don't go out a lot. We enjoy spending time together in the house.
Well, we don't go out a lot, meaning we don't go to bars and restaurants and...
Yeah. Quality time to us is snuggled up on a couch, watching a movie, or like going to like a craft store, getting a craft. Like, we've actually gone shopping the past...
Find a couch.
4 days, like getting ready for like fall stuff. And then we'll come home and we'll watch a movie. So we decided that our movie types are completely different from each other. Usually, we'll watch something together and we'll be like, "Oh, that was a really good movie."
I would say our movie interests now are pretty close. From when we were kids or maybe in our 20s, totally opposite.
Right. And so we decided that we would each pick movies that the other one hasn't seen, and we would both watch them.
Yeah, we had talked about there were a lot of movies that, I don't remember what we were talking about, but shit that's popular, I think, that we just don't pay attention to or whatever. And there's a lot of big name movies that you've seen that I either one, never heard of, or two,
I had no interest in.
never watched and couldn't care less before. Same thing with you. Mm-hmm. There's big name, huge franchises that you could care less about, have never seen. So we decided that we're just going to each pick a movie and take turns, and I'm going to pick one that I like that you've never seen, and you're going to do the same, and we're going to sit and watch them. So, because a lot of today's movies suck.
Or they're just remakes of old movies that we're not real big on them.
So they suck. So yeah, a lot of these movies are going to be back in from like, I would say most of them are probably going to be like 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Right.
And we started out with, we did a coin toss, and Donna won. Fixed coin. Apparently, both sides had tails on it.
It did not. You are such a sore loser.
I'm not a sore loser. I'm making excuses. There's a difference.
Oh my God. So we started with Dirty Dancing. I am a huge Patrick Swayze fan. I have to say, there have been certain movies that he was in that I had no interest in watching. Let me rephrase that. I've seen parts of it and I just weren't like, Dirty Dancing was one of my favorite movies. And probably not for what most people would think of. I like the storyline to it, actually.
Yeah, I had never seen it. I knew of it. I think I knew the one song. Was it Time of Your Life? No. Is that it?
Everybody goes, I had the time of your life as well because of you, yeah.
Yeah, like, I knew of it, and I but I didn't really know what it was about. Because actually, when I was dealing cards, there was this one dude who used to always come in, and he'd come in late, and it'd be like and he's like 6'4" and all muscle and shit. And he'd have to go over in a corner. He goes, "Nobody puts baby in corner." And I figured it was some pop reference or, pop culture thing or whatever. I had no idea what he was talking about, literally until 2 nights ago, whenever we watched it. So from 1987 until now, so 40 years, I didn't know what that phrase meant.
And it's crazy. When Patrick Swayze died, it was all over social media, obviously, and everyone was like, "What's his most famous line?" And everyone put that line or a line from. He was also in Red Dawn. Was that the movie?
I mean, I don't know if he's got a famous line from Red Dawn.
Yeah, different ones, and I didn't pick either one. I picked a line from when he was in The Outsiders.
I mean, everybody used to scream like Wolverines, but that wasn't him. That was all of them.
But
actually, I don't think you think it was him at all.
Yeah, it was just. So, what was your take on the movie?
It was good. I don't know that I would watch it again.
Fair enough.
It's not. Something has to be really. I don't want to say good because there's some cheesy movies that I watch over and over. I don't know. It's just got to hit me a certain way for me to watch it over and over. Now, I may be somewhere down the road and be like, "Hey, when we're sitting in wheelchairs or something, eating oatmeal, you want to watch Dirty Dancing? Sure, whatever."
I think for me, it was the story behind it. Like,
I had a little trouble grasping it until I don't want to say grasping it, but it took me a minute to figure out what the hell was going on. And then it was like, okay, it's this rich family, or, her dad was a doctor.
Her dad was a doctor. And
then they go to these weird ass. Well, I just was reading some of it. It was supposed to be set in the Catskill Mountains in New York.
New York, yeah.
And this is where they have like vacation spots where I guess people who have money want to all hang out together in cabins and then go into this one common area to do like musicals and dance classes and shit like that.
They would do activities, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Back in the day, that was a thing you did.
Thank God my parents never subjected me to that. Thank God I never had money.
Well, if you remember at the end, the guy said, kids don't want to come here. They want to go around the world. They want to go to Europe. They want to go to... You got to remember, it was based in the 60s.
I sure... Well, it's 2026, and I still wouldn't want to go there.
Yeah, I mean...
But again, I'm not a people person, and I sure as shit... I don't dance, I don't sing, I don't... Not my thing. But, yeah, I mean, it was... I mean, they tried to show how... I mean, well, they did show... I don't know if they were trying, but kind of made the richer people look like scumbags or snotty or whatever, which in most places is the case. A lot of them are, and look down on other people because their dad thought that Patrick Swayze's character is the one that knocked up the girl.
Penny, right.
And then she got some back alley abortion. Sorry for the spoiler alert if anybody hasn't seen it, but it's 40 years old.
And I think what I liked about it was Baby, who was from the rich family, still wanted to help somebody and didn't judge anybody from where they were from.
Well, they stated that right from the beginning, that because she wanted to go to like...
She was going to go in the Peace Corps.
She was like anti-war and, she, they made her out to be like a super liberal kind of person where she wanted to go out and save the world and all that kind of stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she and I think the fact that she stood her ground. She didn't care what anyone thought, and I think that's kind of what I liked about it.
It had that Romeo and Juliet kind of story
Yeah.
without them offing themselves, where it was one side of the tracks and the other,
Mm-hmm.
and then the father finally admits that he was wrong, and you know that you know what it was good up until that goofy scene at the end when they all just started dancing. That's where I went. Now you blew it because
They had to do that so they can get her off the stage, though. I see what you're saying, but
they didn't have to do that.
I
They
see.
didn't have to have all the greasers or whoever they were come in and start dancing through the aisles, and then the whole crowd starts dancing the mamba or whatever it was.
Would you rather seen the mambo or the pachanga?
I don't know what either of them are. I've never heard of the pachanga.
Neither have I, so I don't know which one's which either.
Yeah, they could have been dancing all of them, and I might be able to pick out a waltz.
I think the mamba is the one that they did over at the other hotel. I don't know though.
Yeah, I don't.
But I enjoyed it. Like I said, I liked the movie. And again, I'm a Patrick Swayze fan, but
You also have to remember when you're watching these older movies, and it's weird to go, that movie's almost 40 years old. It's ancient. Because then that makes you feel fucking old as shit.
now that you said that, yeah, thanks. I hate you.
Well, I was 17 when it came out. You were 13. So, anyway. But you do have to remember what time period they were filming it in and stuff like that. And they were also trying to make it look like it was in the 60s.
Right.
Because I think the Vietnam War was going on at that time, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly, which was a little weird because there was an awful lot of war-aged men at that place.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, when they said it, I think she said it was based in 63.
It was the beginning. I mean, that wasn't the height of the draft
Yeah.
and all, but it was the beginning.
Yeah, they said it was 63. So
But
that was the first movie we saw. So
Yeah.
2 thumbs
Yeah,
up or
it gets one. I'm not going full blown classic. 2 thumbs up means I'll watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
1 is it was worth watching. None is you wasted 2 hours of my life. And that's another good thing. The older movies are all like an hour and a half or less. So it's not like you have to burn 3 hours watching Star Wars or Harry Potter or some shit, and it's going to take up your entire night. Because we literally watched 2.5 movies that night.
No, we only did the one night we did 1.5, and the other next night we did the other 1.5.
I thought we watched Dirty Dancing, Terminator, and then started Bad Company, and then finished Bad Company last night.
I don't think so. I don't remember, to be honest with you. Anyway, okay. Second movie.
Terminator, the original one from 1984. And this is the first time you're going to see me whipping out my phone. Or whipping anything out. Yeah, that was from 84. Once again, if anybody doesn't know, sorry, this one's 42 years old. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Lance Henriksen, Michael Biehn. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Bill Paxton was in it too for about 2 seconds before Schwarzenegger killed him. So she was completely she's not a sci-fi fan. Not even much of a Schwarzenegger fan.
I'm not.
Not him personally, just his movies.
I just don't think. I'm going to say I just don't think he's that great of an actor.
Well,
The only thing
he's good for what he does. I mean, no, like I said before, he's not going to win an Oscar.
Yeah, I mean,
Neither Stallone. I mean, they're just good for the movies that they make. They're fun action. They have some comedies that are good. I like both of them. So
I like Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I enjoy his acting. There's something about Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know what it is.
But yeah, so obviously for anybody that doesn't know, that was like a semi-low budget film that really wasn't supposed to do anything. That turned into a really big franchise and cult classic.
It's funny. It was the first time I've ever seen it, and I spoke to my brother yesterday, and we're having a conversation about something completely different. Didn't even tell him that I watched the movie, and he referenced it. We were talking about something AI, and he goes, "Do people not learn anything with Sarah Connor and John Connor?" And I started laughing, and I was like, "That is so funny." And he's like, "Why?" I was like, "I just watched Terminator." And he goes, "Oh my God." And he went on this whole thing. He was like, "What did you think of it?" "Oh my God, you got to watch Terminator 2. Oh my God." And I'm like, dude, like, calm down.
Cyberdyne Systems. So just for anybody that doesn't know, and I guess if you're younger, you may not know, but basically it's a movie set in, I don't know when it's supposed to be set in the 90s. No.
Probably.
Maybe
80s, 90s, yeah.
somewhere around there. But, and a Terminator that is, the outside of it looks like a person.
It's a cyborg.
And the inside is, they say that, but that's not actually true.
That's what they're calling them, so.
I don't care, but a cyborg is half human, half machine, and he was not that. He was just machine with a skin wrapped around it. That's not the same thing. But anyway, so he gets sent back to terminate Sarah Connor, who is going to have a son who leads the resistance in the future after the war to smash the machines who took over and tried to kill the human race. To try and ball that up in a nice little package.
So, I mean, it's weird. It's sci-fi. It's a love story.
If you would have watched it then as a kid, it was pretty creepy and fucked up. I mean, it was fairly graphic for those times. I mean, the body count rivals some of the movies of today.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, it was an okay, it wasn't bad. Like, would I watch it again? No.
It wasn't as bad as you thought.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
You didn't hate it as much as you thought you were going to.
Yeah, I mean, again, I wouldn't watch it again. It was okay.
And I've seen it, dozens of times, but watching it with somebody else that hasn't seen it, it gives you a little different perspective.
And I guess my thing, and this probably drives him crazy, I pick out things in the movie that I'll be like, well, why that? Why? And I guess it's things that people probably don't notice in a movie, and I'll ask them, well, like, why, like, XYZ, and that might be because...
Well, sometimes I can explain it, and then other times I just go, well, it's a sci-fi movie, I don't know.
And it could be one or two things. A, the audiovisual class, like, because I did audiovisual in school, so I might pick out things that somebody else might not. And I'm like, but I mean, it was...
Well, the one thing we were picking, some of the editing.
Yeah.
Like when he crashes into the police station, the cop behind the counter, there's headlights in his eyes, then they show the car and there's no lights in the car. And then they go back and the guy gets hit and it's all bright lights and they show the car and there's still no lights.
I'll notice, I forget what movie I was watching, and you'll see him drive and have a seatbelt on. Next thing he won't. He'll turn, have a seatbelt on again. I'm like, stuff like that I'll pick up. But it wasn't bad. I mean,
if you're into, there's not a lot. Yeah, I guess it's science fiction, but
Yes, it is science fiction. There are no Terminators that are going to come in. I mean, yeah, there's people that like
hold on.
hitmen and all that, but
Right now, it's still science fiction. In 20 years, it might not be. They may have those types of machines.
well, here's the thing: it's science fiction to the point where there aren't robots that are coming to kill you, but there are hitmen. So technically, there are Terminators out there.
Yet.
But I mean, there are hitmen out there that are.
And as far as we know, nobody's traveled back from the future.
And well, I don't know. I mean, Mom, are you around? I mean,
I don't believe in time travel, so.
But I mean, it wasn't bad. So.
And both of them, obviously, the other guy, Kyle Reese, is the one that was sent back by her son.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
To protect her from the Terminator.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Like, that got a thumbs down for me.
Well, it had to be that way because he doesn't know his father. He never knew his father. So Kyle Reese's character, or the Kyle Reese had to die. Even though he's his father. John, I am your father. And we are going to watch the second one because that's going to be one of my choices. The third one can go to hell.
So.
Garbage.
Okay.
What was your favorite scene from that?
The police station when everyone was getting shot up.
The scene that actually had some controversy from people or Hollywood or whatever it was. Because
I think because it was so unrealistic because he didn't have that many rounds.
Well, that, and there's also not bulletproof people walking around. That the thing with the guns has always been a thing where it's just it's like I'm like, that's a 10-round magazine. Why did it just shoot 250 rounds? They've gotten better with that. And ow!
Sorry, my foot's
leave
stuck.
the fucking skin.
My foot's stuck.
Well, ask me to move or something.
No, my foot is literally stuck.
No, I'm just going to injure you.
My foot is literally stuck. Ow. Okay. Sorry. My foot was literally stuck.
So injure me in the process.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that scene actually got some grief from, I don't think it was law enforcement. I think it was probably people back then who didn't have anything better to do but pitch a bitch about something, who said that was glorifying violence against law enforcement, shit like that.
Did they have a problem with Lethal Weapon?
What?
Lethal Weapon, they kept trying to kill the cops.
Kept trying to kill what cop?
In Lethal Weapon, Mel Gibson.
Who was trying to kill him?
The Russian dudes. Weren't they Russian?
All right, you're going to have to be a little more specific on which Lethal Weapon. That was Lethal Weapon 2.
Okay.
And they weren't continuing to try. Once they had a hit out on him when he was a narc. And then when he got involved in and they're not Russian, they were South African.
Oh.
And then when they stumbled upon the Cougarans and drugs and stuff is when they tried to kill both of them. That's not the same as somebody walking into a police station and mowing down 30 cops.
Good point.
Not quite the same.
But I'm saying, there's a bunch of movies where they tried blowing up cops.
I understand that. I'm just saying, this one at the time, you got to remember that when these movies came out,
true.
What was going on. So
when did this come out? When did Terminator come out?
84.
I don't know. It was before that.
So there were some people that, we don't need this kind of violence. Little did they know that once the 90s and 2000s came around, shit was going to get way more violent.
Right. But no, it was a good movie. I mean, it was okay. Like I said, I wouldn't watch it again, but...
I will.
All right, next one.
So I got 2 in a row, so the next one's going to be Donna's choice, which,
we have to talk about the third movie.
I start to get nervous and shake and shit I know. I'm just saying. The third movie was a movie called Bad Company with Chris Rock before he got slapped by Will Smith.
Will Smith, you suck.
Anthony Hopkins.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Anthony Hopkins and a shitload of other people that if you watch it, you'll know them from other movies.
The chick was in Grey's Anatomy as a doctor for a little while, but anyway.
What chick?
There's
numerous women
CIA,
in this movie.
The CIA agent.
The blonde?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen it, so I don't know. There's a Russian bad guy and one of his henchmen that I've seen in movies like Bad Boys 2, I think. And, well, the one guy, the Vaz, who's the head bad Russian guy. Mm-hmm. Almost every movie that needs a bad Russian dude, he seems to be in it.
I bet you he likes Smirnoff, too.
He was in John Wick.
That's where I knew him from.
2 or 3, whichever. He was getting his car back or whatever. But basically, this movie is Chris Rock. Again, this is from...
Thought you wouldn't pick up your phone again. Lies, all lies.
I said for this because I can't remember all this shit. It's 2002, so I mean, it's still 24 years old. So if you haven't seen it, oh well. So Anthony Hopkins and a group are in the CIA, and in the beginning, it is Chris Rock, but he's playing twins, and the one twin who's in the CIA gets killed trying to buy a nuclear bomb off of some Russian mafia guys, and he gets killed, and they end up finding Chris Rock's character, Jake Hayes, I think, who he just sells hustles tickets and chess and DJs and shit in New York City, and then they recruit him in to take his twin brother's place to get this deal done. And it's an action movie, and it just goes on from there. And comedy too. I mean, it's got, obviously with him in there, he says some funny shit. So what did you think about that?
I actually liked it. I didn't think I was like, well, I shouldn't say that because as soon as you said Anthony Hopkins and Chris Rock.
Oh, those two always go right together?
No, they don't. They're complete opposites. So I was like, this is going to be good. I like both actors. I don't think I've seen anything that either one of them were in that I didn't enjoy.
You never saw Grown Ups too?
Yeah, I did.
And you enjoyed it?
It's stupid. So, I mean...
Oh, then you definitely enjoyed it.
I think Chris Rock played a very good part in both parts, actually, because in the beginning it was a very serious, very.
It did seem like two different people.
Yeah,
even when he had to be the stand-in for his twin brother,
yeah,
he wasn't the same as his twin brother.
Twin brother, yeah, he did. He did a really good job in the movie. Anthony Hopkins, you don't normally see him doing a comedy part a lot. He's usually a very
he's more of like that trained.
He's a very serious, either he does horror or very stoic actor.
Yeah, I mean, the ones I know him from are like Legends of the Fall, which was a drama. All the Silence of the Lamb and Hannibal, which he was a psycho serial killer.
Yeah, they're usually not too funny.
I'm saying, I know he's in Meet Joe Black with Brad Pitt, I think.
Yeah, he is.
I've never seen that, so I don't know what it's actually about. It looks serious, but I don't know. and this, and I can't think of anything else. I know he's been in other shit, obviously a lot, but off the top of my head, I can't come up with anything.
He's a very, like I said, he's a very stoic actor. He's not, and you see as the progression of like, I don't want to say he's usually not caring in other movies, but you see a side of him in this movie, like
He loosens up.
yeah, and you see like when he's reporting to his superior, he's like almost like, yo, you're fucking up, dude. Like you're putting this like, and I know it's an act, but you can see where he's like a caring side that you usually don't see because like he's in Silence of the Lambs. He's in, you see I don't want to say demented character, but it's the character that he's playing.
He was caring in Silence of the Lambs. He didn't kill Clarice. He could have.
But it's not like he said, hey, how about we go on a date?
It's kind of almost the people that he killed, that the ones you did see were kind of like...
You know what I'm saying?
Especially the therapist.
And at the end, you saw him really...
Oh, at the wedding.
Yeah, you really saw him like change. It was a good movie. And like you said, there were funny parts. Obviously, the funny parts were mostly...
Chris Rock.
Yeah, I mean...
I liked when they started doing the training.
I like when they tried kidnapping him. And they're like, you need to know who kidnapped you. And he was like, he's like, hey, you want to keep going? You want to try? And he's like, we're done for the day.
You got me up. Let's go hit a club.
But that was a good one. I had never seen it. Would I watch it again? I don't know.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's
got comedy, action, a little bit of drama.
Yeah. And again, there were people in there. Now, I knew a lot of the people that were in there. I've seen them in other things. Like the one dude was in Rescue Me. The chick was in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, if you watch a lot of movies and TV, you'll recognize like a ton of the people because they used a lot of, I guess, character actors.
Yeah.
Because I knew, like I said, the Russian guy, the head Russian guy, Vaz. I've seen him in, I don't know, a dozen movies, and he's always normally playing a Russian ex-mafia guy or a rich oligarch or something. One of his henchmen played a Russian in the movie Triple X with Vin Diesel, a Russian bad guy. There was a couple of the other CIA people that I can't name what they were in, but the higher-ups, the suits that I've seen, like the head one that was the dick. I've seen him in other shit, but I don't know what.
He did a couple episodes in Sex and the City.
I definitely didn't see him there.
And I remember, if I told you why I remember the episode he was in, he was running for councilman, and he was dating Carrie's character. And the reason why they split up is because, this is going to sound crazy, this is how I remember it. He asked her if she was in the golden showers, and he didn't want to make public, so he ended it. Yes, that's how come I remember it. Don't ask. I can't remember all the other guys she dated on the show, but I remember him because of that one reason. I was like, it's crazy how they put like true things that are happening in the world in different sitcoms.
There's one guy, his friend in the beginning that's DJing? He goes into the club and the guy goes, my girl left me. He's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Where do I find the cast? He's been in a ton of shit. I actually think I thought he was a bigger name actor. I don't know.
Hit View more.
That's not him? Yeah. Michael Ealy. I think he was in Taker. Yep, Takers. Barbershop, The Intruder, Perfect Guy. Okay, so he's been in some other stuff too. So I mean, there's a bunch of people that either went on to do other things, or you just,
I keep sliding off this couch. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised on how it flowed. Like, some movies are like very slow. It wasn't at all.
And I have, well, from what I was told, I have ancestors from Czechoslovakia, and a chunk of it took place in the Czech Republic. So I don't know, there's something about that city, Prague, that always looks cool. So it was there.
So now I get to pick the next movie.
Any ideas what you're picking? What torture you're going to put me through?
I don't know yet. I mean, I started making a list.
Did you check it twice?
I did. I just have to decide if you've been nutty or nice.
I guess we'll watch them and then I'll give them the
Yeah, I haven't. I mean,
finger.
and do you want to wear that water? I just haven't. I'm adding more to it as we go along, but
Well, pick one first. You don't have to add 15. We can watch them all. Just
I know. I just.
pick one that you really liked and torture me. And then we'll watch
Stop
it.
saying torture you. You make it sound like it's going to be horrible. So, besides Stuber and
Happy Gilmore too.
that wasn't me,
Yeah, I'm blaming your son on that one.
and I'm blaming you for Ghostbusters: The Day of Reckoning with the Ice, or whatever the hell it was called.
You keep bringing up this Day of Reckoning. Oh, let's just touch on that real quick. So we're in a car yesterday, coming back from shopping, and she's like, there's this Quentin Tarantino movie, Renaissance Man, Day of Reckoning, and I don't know how I thought of it. And I went, Reservoir Dogs? She's like, that's it. I'm like... First of all, I don't know how I figured that out.
But
from
he did.
Renaissance Man and Day of Reckoning.
So he knew what I was talking about. What is the big deal?
I'm sure there's two movies by those names, and I guarantee you they're not even anywhere close
But
to
it
what
doesn't-
Reservoir Dogs is.
But did you know what I was talking about? Yes or no?
No.
But you did.
No, I didn't know exactly what you were talking about.
Did you figure it out?
I just was going through his catalog, and that movie
Bottom
started
line.
with an R. I just got a lucky guess.
Did you figure it out?
It was a lucky guess.
Did you figure it out? Yes or no?
Lucky guess.
Did you figure it out? Yes or no?
I
Yes or
blurted out
no?
what you were thinking of.
That's all that matters.
Anywho.
So you came up with Ghostbusters Ice World.
Whoa. I think it's called Frozen Empire.
Whatever.
I didn't come up with it, first of all. I'm not taking the credit for coming up with that movie.
You're the one who wanted to watch it.
No. I said, should we watch this? I'm like, because I was a big 1 and 2 fan. I didn't watch the one with all the women.
I wasn't a Ghostbusters fan, so...
And I don't know if there was another one anywhere in between there. And I was like, oh, well, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd are in it. Well, Bill Murray was in it all for about 3 minutes. Oh, and what's the other actor's name? The other Ghostbuster, I can't remember. Ernie something. He was in it for maybe a couple of minutes. I think he was the mayor at that point or something.
Yeah, he was. I remember.
Dan Aykroyd was in it a lot more, and then a bunch of fucking kids, which I can't stand kids. Like, no, you're not superheroes. Sit down. I can't watch those movies. Yeah, that was garbage. And we actually watched the whole thing. I don't know
No,
why.
we did not.
Oh, we watched almost all of it. What did we miss? 10 minutes of it? Because it was 2.5 hours in before we were...
Oh, I must have fell asleep then.
Yeah, That was one of the worst.
That and Coming to America too.
I can't even talk on that because I fell asleep like 15 minutes in because it sucked. So all I can say is the first 15 minutes of Coming to America 2 really sucked. But I'll watch Stuber again before I'll watch that Ghostbusters movie.
I think the
Empire.
only reason you would watch Stuber again is because how much I laughed.
No, I would just rather watch Stuber than Frozen Empire.
I'll take the beat on Stuber, but
I'll watch Stuber before Happy Gilmore 2. The third Dumb and Dumber, the one that Jim Carrey and
I've never seen it.
That's horrible. Happy Gilmore 2 was it was absolutely his worst movie that I've ever seen, and it was unwatchable.
And we actually watched it to see if it was going to get better.
It never did.
No, it didn't.
It just continued to
Get
get
worse.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, they brought somebody else in to make it fucking worse.
So, but besides, and I'll take the beating on Stuber because that was my call. I asked to watch
But
Stuber.
sadly enough, it's not even the worst one.
But yeah, I'm not like
Deadpool 3. I'm a huge Deadpool fan. Deadpool 3 sucked. Not funny. Again, I'm not a DC Avengers person.
I was going to say, do you think that's why?
I don't know. So, yeah, did I get the references? No. Did I get the 3 different universes that they were all living in? No.
No.
Nor do I want to. But that going back to people who were all dead and then to some fantasy world where somebody's turning themselves into like.
Now, that's a movie I can watch over and over again. Deadpool 1.
Oh, I've watched 1 and 2 dozens of times.
I can watch them over and over again.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, I can watch. Like, if I'm ever having a day where I'm just like, I could watch them.
I could just watch the beginning opening credits of Deadpool where he's on the highway scene.
Oh, yeah.
I could just watch that over and over again on the loop.
There's been movies where I'm like, hey, how about we watch this? All right, I'll give you. Edward Scissorhand. We watched that.
Well, you had seen it. I never did.
Right. And he's like, I don't know if I was like, well, let's watch it and see. It had been years since I watched it. You didn't think it was horrible. We won't watch it again, but it wasn't horrible.
I'd watch Dirty Dancing before I'd watch Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan, but it was just a little.
Did you watch the other one that he's in?
Well, we had seen the other one, the Dark Shadows.
That's what I was going to say.
The vampire. That's the first time I had seen it. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I've seen it a bunch of times with my dad.
That was good.
That's the one that Alice Cooper was in, right?
Oh, if you're going to ask me to remember it, it was years ago that we watched that, so I don't remember.
He was a vampire.
Yeah. I liked it. It was a cool idea and all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my dad got me hooked on. My dad's the one who actually introduced me to that one.
Yeah, it's as big as a Johnny Depp fan as I am. There's a lot of his movies that I've never seen.
Did you become a fan because of Pirates of the Caribbean?
I probably became a lot bigger. I'm trying to think of what I saw before that.
Because I guarantee you weren't a fan because of 21 Jump Street.
I never saw that.
Well, it was a series.
Oh, I know what it is, but I've never seen it. Not my thing. I'm trying to think of the movies that came out before that. I don't know in chronological order, but I've seen, Secret Window I like a lot. Yeah, all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies I like. Dark Shadows.
Was he in Was Eating Gilbert Grape?
I never saw that. Donnie Brasco.
I think.
What was the one that was set back? Is it? He's like I can picture like a pinstripe suit and a Tommy gun or something. I can't remember what that was called. It wasn't Untouchables or the Usual Suspects? No, I don't know.
He was in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, say the movies so I can tell you if I've seen them or not.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
The first one? Curse of the Black Pearl?
Well,
I've seen it.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Never saw it.
Edward Scissorhand.
I've seen it once.
Alice in Wonderland.
Nope.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
No.
Woodsy and Gilbert Get Rape. He was in that, yeah. That was in 93.
Never saw that.
Sweeney Todd.
I've seen like a half an hour of it, and I couldn't get into it.
Donnie Brasco.
Sleepy Hollow. That's one of my favorites.
That's the one we were talking about.
Huh?
That's the one we were talking about, Sleepy Hollow.
What are you talking about?
The movie that we saw. Oh, no, we saw
That's
Dark Shadows. Yeah.
No, Sleepy Hollow. He plays Ichabod Crane or whatever that goes to solve the Headless Horseman.
Horseman, yeah. Day Drinker.
No.
Ebenezer.
Nope.
Dark Shadows. Public Enemies.
That's the
That's
movie
the
I'm
problem,
thinking
yeah.
of. I've seen that, but it was a long time ago.
I know you didn't watch Crybaby.
No.
Blow.
Never saw that.
You never saw Blow? That was a really good movie. I'm putting that on our list.
Okay.
Fantastic Beast and I don't know what the rest of it is.
No.
Platoon.
He was in that for 3 minutes.
Black Mass. The Lone Ranger. I forgot he was in that.
No, but I actually do want to see that.
Corpse Bride. It's a cartoon.
No.
Secret Window.
That's might be the best.
Is that where he was the writer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rum Diary. Tourist. The Ninth Gate. Chocolate.
I actually think I've seen The Ninth Gate.
Alice Through the Looking Window. Or the Looking Glass. Sorry. Ed Wood. Finding Neverland. Murder on the Oriental Express.
Is Finding Neverland about Michael Jackson? The Ranch?
No, I don't know what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of them that he's in. I'm not going to go through all of them.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I had seen Platoon, which, again, he was in it for like 3 minutes.
Wait, you've never seen The Lone Ranger?
No. So, yeah, I guess the Secret Window I saw after Pirates of the Caribbean, I think. But it might have been out before. I don't know. But I've seen all 5 of them numerous times. And I don't know. I'm weird with movies because even if it's a big time actor that I'm a big fan of, if I just take a look at the movie and the trailer doesn't do anything for me, I won't even give it 5 minutes to check in on it.
I didn't think I was going to like Blow because of what it was about. But when I watched it, I was like,
Is it Coke or pot?
it's Coke.
I guess.
Yeah, it was.
I guess the title kind of gives it away.
It was interesting. It was interesting to say the least.
Based on a true story.
Yeah. But
Speaking of that, did you see the 14 people that got busted in Penn State, the frat brothers,
yep.
for moving kilos of cocaine through there?
What a way to throw away your college career.
your college career.
Your life.
You might be going away for life.
But, you know, I don't get people, but to each their own. I guess.
Well, I want to ask a couple other movies that I'm not sure if you've seen. Have you ever seen Scarface?
Yes.
Since we're talking about Coke. Oh, you have seen that?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not. People argue with me and say Scarface isn't an Italian movie.
It's not.
Well, I
He's
guess
Cuban.
I
It's Cubans and Colombians. There's no Italians in it. Where the fuck did somebody argue with you about Italians?
not Italians, but I guess that. No, I guess he's not Italian, but
He's Italian.
he's Italian. That's what I meant.
There might be some actors that
That's-
are Italians, but it had nothing to
But
do with
no.
it.
That's what I meant. The actor was Italian.
I mean, there was a scene where he was supposed to be washing money with mob guys, but they were the FBI.
yeah.
And that was like 4 minutes of the movie.
So, who was I talking to about it? Somebody had this shirt on, and that's what it was. That's how it started. Somebody had the shirt on, the Scarface, and they thought that the shirt was from a scene from The Godfather. That's what it was.
I'm not quite sure how you got those two mixed up.
I think because of the actor.
Yeah, you're talking like what, fucking 30 years difference or something?
Yeah.
Or what? I don't know what the difference between when they made The Godfather and when they made Scarface, but
it was a completely
they
different
look-
character. Like, yeah.
They look nothing alike, and nothing alike it was about it, except they were two criminal organizations.
Doing two completely different things.
Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
One was running drugs and murdering people. The other one was extorting
Sure.
and murdering people.
Yeah. Was Scarface based off of a true story?
Nah. It was completely fictional.
Fictional. That's what I thought.
It was just, I mean, it was based in the 80s. I don't know when the movie was made. It might have actually been late 80s. But it was based on, because of how big cocaine was at that time. And then well, you know what? I guess it wasn't based in the 80s because, well, you know what? I don't know when the Cuban refugee crisis happened, where they all came over and landed in Florida on boats and shit. Maybe that was in the 80s during Reagan. I don't know. But that's where he came from, and then got hooked up with drug dealers, and then became his own crime syndicate or whatever you want to call it. But it was more or less just the going from nothing to, and I'm not nowhere near calling it. I mean, I guess it's a rags to riches to you got way too greedy and fucked up on drugs and got your ass whacked. But the whole mess that cocaine was, and I'm sure there were people like that that got into dealing at that level, and well, obviously there were, because otherwise it wouldn't have been flowing as freely as it was, and I'm sure there's people like that now. But then just the, tens of millions a month wasn't enough. It needed to be hundreds of millions a month, and then, that greed gets you busted and put on the Fed's radar, and you're wrapped up with the wrong people and get killed. Shit happens.
Look at Goodfellas. Look at Goodfellas.
Goodfellas? Mm-hmm. I don't know that was greed. I think that was more just being an idiot and getting fucked up on drugs instead of dealing them. He was doing more than he was dealing. And then got popped by the feds and ratted everybody out.
But I mean, I think part of it was greed too, though. I mean, I think, you know the saying, you never shit where you eat?
Well, you shouldn't, but okay.
You know the saying? Mm-hmm. I think that would go with the same, like, if you're a drug dealer, you never do the drugs you're dealing.
Well, yes, you're not supposed to, but well, here's the thing. Just don't deal drugs.
Well, obviously, but I mean, I don't. But I mean, I'm just saying I would think that would be bad for business.
Better yet, don't do them, and then there won't be drug dealers. If nobody's buying it, they can't sell it. But good luck on that one today.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I have known some people that were back in the day dealing and doing, and nothing good came out of it.
I don't know. I guess that's just not a lifestyle that I'd want to live. I mean, I joke around like when we're watching Contraband Seized at the Border. I'll joke around with you and I'll be like, man, we are in the wrong line of work. Like they just seized like a shipment of like meth and it's like worth like
$15
million. And I'm like, dude, we're in the wrong line of work. But I mean, I just can't see.
Well, if you want to risk that one time getting busted, you might make the other 9 without a problem, but I'd rather be homeless.
I just...
Not my thing.
Yeah, I'm not... And my whole thing is the guilt, God forbid if something would happen to somebody because of something that I pushed.
Yeah, drug dealers don't have that.
Yeah, I just...
They don't have a conscience or remorse or regret. They're too busy rolling around in nice cars and clothes and houses and that kind of shit. They don't...
Yeah, I don't get that.
They don't give a fuck.
That's crazy.
All
right, what was your favorite? What was your favorite childhood movie when you were younger?
Well, obviously, if I was a child, I had to be younger.
You might not see Senior Citizen while you're already there, but
I'm not a senior citizen.
55.
No, it is not. It's 62.
You can get senior citizen discounts now.
But you're not a senior citizen until you're 62.
Who said?
I don't know. I'm not a senior citizen.
You are?
Just because I can join AARP because they lowered the freaking thing from like 65 to 55 doesn't mean shit.
No, I'm looking this up because I think he's wrong.
According to you, I'm always wrong, so let's just book that one.
What is the age to be considered a senior citizen? I apologize. Well, I can't ask AI because he doesn't believe AI.
Oh, I believe it. What's it say?
Age 55 is generally not considered the official age for the standard senior citizen, but it is widely recognized as the threshold for early senior or mature category. So he is not technically a senior citizen. I do apologize. He's just old.
And I don't give a shit. Favorite childhood movie? Mm-hmm. Probably Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And he still loves him to this day.
It's the first movie I went to see with my mom.
Did you go in a movie theater or a drive-in?
I'd never been to a drive-in.
All right, so let's make a deal.
I wasn't, my family wasn't all rich and fancy like yours.
We weren't rich.
We lived on the other side of the tracks.
I hate him. Let's make a deal. Make a deal?
You usually hear the deal before you shake on it.
If we can get everything somewhat situated, there is a drive-in over in Jersey. Maybe we can try
What are we getting situated?
your healthy thing.
Oh, good luck with that.
We can try. If we have to leave, we have to leave. But we can try to do a drive-in over there.
Where?
Right over in Jersey. It's right in Vineland. It's not far.
Right in where?
Vineland.
Where the fuck's that?
In Jersey.
Yeah, and I know LA's in California. Where's Vineland? Right across the Walt Whitman, across the Commodore Barry, across the Ben Franklin, the Betsy Ross. Is there a Betsy Ross Bridge? Or am I just naming historic people?
Yes. There's a Betsy Ross Bridge.
What's the other one up in North Philly? The fucked up. Looks like it's about to fall
Tacoma,
apart.
Palmyra.
Yeah.
It's called. I'd have to see how far it is from here. Hold on.
Could have just typed it in maps. It would have told you.
I don't know what.
Just type in Vineland, New Jersey in maps. It'll give you a general idea of how far it is. Nobody wants to sit and watch us city here. Not that anybody wants to sit and watch us talk either, but
Okay, fine.
I get the point. Don't worry about it.
So it's Vineland's a big area, so I don't know.
All right. Well,
it's like 40 minutes away.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. Sitting in a car for 2 hours, staring up at a screen with a little speaker box next to me is not going to be enjoyable whatsoever. My hearing sucks. Sitting in a car that long, my back's going to fucking hurt. Okay. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to see the screen all that well. So, senior citizen part of me probably won't enjoy it.
First of all, you can tell he's old. They don't put a box next to your car anymore. It comes over your stereo in the radio.
I guess you missed a part that I've never been to a drive-in.
Okay.
So how would I know that they've changed them? I just remember that they used to have a speaker next to it, and you used to be able to get a heater and stick it in the window and roll the window up, and the heater would sit there because you couldn't leave your car running the whole time. You want to bet me on this?
Oh, I never had the heater part, so I have no idea.
I'm sure that's going back into the 40s and 50s.
Oh.
But
yeah, that comes over your radio, your stereo now.
Yeah, it doesn't sound comfortable at all because I got to sit in a frickin' car instead of sitting on this or a recliner or just lounging up and relaxing instead of sitting in a bunch of frickin' with a bunch, a parking lot looking up at a whiteboard. Mm-hmm. Just doesn't appeal to me.
Okay.
That and there's people around. Do they have where you can get it rented out and by yourself?
I have no idea. I've never been to that one, so forget it then. All right.
You know me. I just close everything out. I just want the picture and everybody else get lost. Turn your phones off, all that shit.
Says you were going to ask a question before I said that, Gab.
I was going to do what?
You started to ask a question when I had said about the drive-in. Gab.
What was I going to ask?
I have no idea. You started to, and I...
What were we talking about before that?
Your favorite childhood movie, and I asked you if it was a drive-in. You said that you had never been to a drive-in.
I can't even remember what theater it was at.
Then it would have only been the McDade Mall. It would have been
Clifton Heights,
Granite Run, Marple.
Oh, only, and then you just rattled off 4.
Yeah, that's all there would have.
No, there was the one over in
Springfield.
Brookhaven.
Yeah, and there would have been the one in Springfield on Baltimore Pike.
Springfield and Baltimore Pike. Mm-hmm. Where?
By the Blue Church.
What side?
Same side as the Blue Church.
Where the giant is?
No, past there. You know where like Outback is?
Oh yeah, there was that. Yeah, I'd been there. I think I was 18 or 19 when I was there. 17, 18, yeah. I had been there before. Yeah, I forgot about that one. There was actually used to be a lot around here.
And the other one was...
And there was a drive-in right down the street.
Mm-hmm. That closed years ago, though.
Lansdowne or Yaden.
Yep.
69th Street. In Upper Darby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember what theater we went to, but I remember seeing... Sorry, I'm trying to think of what year that was. That may have not been the first, but I'm just guessing it's the most memorable, or it's the one I remember. What the hell? Yeah, 81. Yeah, so I would have been 11. So, yeah, that's the first one. Now, I had been to one prior to that with my dad and my brother. Oh, that was over on, you know where the YMCA is in Drexel Hills / Upper Darby?
Mm-hmm.
If you go down, I don't know what street that is, Garrett Road, keep going down towards Upper Darby.
Barclay Square.
Yeah, there was a movie theater in there behind the Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure none of that shit's there at all. I haven't been by there in years, so I don't know what it looks like. That was a movie I saw that was called Silent Rage, and that one is one where I think I actually had my first panic attack. Because I had gotten up during a movie and like went to the bathroom and then was like splashing water on my face and didn't feel good and didn't know what was going on. And we ended up leaving. My brother was all pissed off at the time. I think I was 10. He was probably 15. But what was your most memorable one? I think I know what it is.
Childhood movie? I'm trying to think.
You do remember your childhood, right?
Yeah.
Can I throw out what I would think?
Sure, go ahead.
Sound of Music? I know that was your mom's. But
That was my mom's. We watch that every year, so I don't. Like, that was a family thing. We watched that every year.
Okay. Grease?
That was another one we watched all the time.
Doesn't mean it can't be your favorite.
I don't. Memorable, though? I don't. I got different ones for different reasons. Like, yeah, I see you joking around and act like you're falling asleep.
They're going to fall asleep.
Jaws was, well, your ass, like, I can't just throw one out there just for the hell of it. Jaws was memorable for one reason. But it was really a stupid reason.
Are you going to let us in on it?
We went to the drive-thru, yeah, because my family was rich, as he's over here saying.
Oh, bougie. The drive-through.
The drive-in, whatever.
Oh, I was like,
We're walking back, and I went to get into the wrong car.
well, they all did look alike back then.
And yeah, my nan caught me though. So that was always fun. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was not Jaws. I am lying. That was E.T.
Oh.
So it was probably that was probably one of my favorite movies as a kid. Only because we all went as a family, and then I think like the following weekend we went down the shore. And when we were down the shore, every summer we would go down Wildwood. And my dad, a genius at the dime pitch.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Genius. And we would get stuffed animals. And I'm not talking like the cheesy stuffed animals that you get now that are like this big. He got massive ones. We got an elephant that I could ride.
The ones that you had to figure out how you were going to get them home.
Yeah, I got a giraffe that was taller than this man here. And I remember my mom saying, Brian, no more stuffed animals. There's no more room. I mean, we had like a zoo up in our attic. So we're down there, and I'm like, Dad, just do the dime pitch, do the dime pitch. So he did it, and we won I'm lying. She's like, I told you no more stuffed animals. And he's like, it's not a stuffed animal. It's an extraterrestrial. And that's how he ended up winning his ET.
Technically, he's right.
So we brought home E.T. that day. And E.T. was probably the size of a little shorter than I was.
Biggest one I remember winning, which, again, if you're not probably our age or close, you're not going to remember this, but Domino's had a character called the Noid.
Yep.
The red guy. And I don't remember if it was like Dorney Park or where it was, but won this thing, and it had to be, it's probably close to your size. Like, it was, I don't know where it went or who, I didn't have it, so I don't know where it went, but the thing was massive, and I had a couple of them over the years. But yeah, I don't know if you see them or the last ones I remember. I don't think we've ever been to a carnival.
No, we'll talk about that on the next episode. I was going to ask you if you wanted to do an episode on that.
Okay.
We'll do an episode on
Carnival coming up.
That'll be our next episode. We'll be back, guys. Bye.